Hello friends, I am Nilima. Once again welcome to our channel about technology. Today in this video I will be explaining you about IP version 4. So let's get started. After watching this video you will be able to understand what is an IP address, what is an IP version 4 address with its examples, how IPv4 address gets converted from binary to decimal form, how does an IPv4 frame format looks like, and the limitations of IPv4. Before understanding IP version 4 address, we must understand what is an IP address. The IP address is a unique identifier for each device on a network which governs the data transmission. Every device has to have an IP address for communication purpose, which must be unique, and no two systems can have same IP addresses. IP addresses are standardized and follow the global conventions. It consists of two parts, a network address and a host address. IP addresses are analogous to the mail system, where the letter or a postcard is sent inside a sealed envelope, and the address of the sender and receiver is written on the mail for transferring it from one place to another. If the receiver address is missing, the mail would never reach to the destination, and if the sender's address is missing, the receiver will never get to know about the sender. Now what is an IP? Internet Protocol. It is the transmission mechanism used by the TCP/IP protocol. This protocol resides on the network layer. IP provides specification of the exact format of all data. It performs routing functions and chooses the path for sending the data. It includes a set of rules that embody the idea of unreliable packet delivery. IPv4 Internet Protocol version 4 is the fourth generation of the Internet Protocol address. It is widely used protocol in the data communication over different types of networks. This protocol is a connectionless protocol employed in a packet-switched layer networks like Ethernet. It provides the logical connection between network devices by providing identification for each device. As we know that the electronic devices, especially computers, only understand binary language. So the address is represented in 32-bit binary numbers, which is then converted into decimal form to make it more handy or convenient for the users. IP version 4 is a 32-bit numeric address divided into 4 parts. Each 8-bit is known as a block, and it produces 0 to 255 numbers, which is total of 256 numbers, and each block is separated by a dot. The IP version 4 can produce 4 billion unique addresses. The following is the example of IP version 4 address, that is 192.32.244.1, and these numbers can vary from the range of 0 to 255. As I mentioned before, the computers and networks do not read IP addresses in the standard numeric format because they only understand numbers in a binary format. A binary number only uses ones and zeros. Here the given picture shows the format of IPv4 address. The bits in each octet is represented by a number. So here the question arises, how does an IP address gets converted from binary to numeric form? Let's take an example where all the 8 bits are set to bit value 1. Here the numbering starts from right to left unusually. The first bit value represents 2 raised to 0, and the second bit value represents 2 raised to 1, fourth 2 raised to 3, and so on. When we calculate these exponential forms, we get the following results, where the first bit has the value 1, the second bit has the value 2, third bit has the value of 4, and so on till 128. The associated numbers are counted only when the bit value is set to 1. When it is set to 0, the number it represents doesn't count. So by manipulating these ones and zeros in the octet, we can come up with the range of numbers from 0 to 255. Now let's take another example to understand the conversion in a better way. Here we have an IP address, that is 192.130.14.1, and this is the binary form of the IP address. Now we will convert the binary numbers in the decimal form. The first octet has only 2 bit values set to 1, that is 7th bit and 8th bit. The associated numeric value is 2 raised to 7 and 2 raised to 6. When we calculate it, we get a total of 192. Similarly, the second octet has 2 bits that are set to 1, and the second bit value is 2 raised to 1 and the last bit value is 2 raised to 7. When we calculate it, we get 130. Always remind that we will only count the numeric value of the bits having value 1. Now the third octet, we have 3 bits 1 and the rest of the bits are 0. So the associated numbers are 8, 4 and 2. When we calculate it, it gives 14. The last octet has only one bit set to value 1 and it generates 2 raised to 0. So we get 1 as a total. So that's how the binary form of an IP address is converted into decimal form. Now we will see the format of an IPv4 datagram along with the purpose of each field. Packets in the IPv4 layer are known as datagrams. An IP datagram consists of a header part and a text part. The header has 20 bytes fixed part and a variable length optional part. Here the diagram shows the field that a header contains. The version field keeps a track of which version of protocol the datagram belongs to. The current version is 4, as we are talking about IP version 4. With the binary value of 0100, header length represents the length of the header in a multiple of 4 bits. That is, it can vary from 4 to 15. Service type. It determines how datagram should be handled and include individual bits such as level of throughput, reliability and delay, etc. Total length. It defines the total length of the IP datagram. Identification field. This field is used in fragmentation. A datagram is divided when it passes through different networks to match the network frame size. At that time, each fragment is identified with a sequence number given in this field. Flags. The bits in this field deal with fragmentation and identifies the first, middle and last fragment. Fragmentation offset. It's a pointer that shows an offset of the data in original datagram. Time to live field defines the number of hops a datagram can travel before it is rejected. In simple words, it specifies the duration for which a datagram remains on the network. Protocol field defines which upper layer protocol data are encapsulated in the datagram, such as TCP, UDP, ICMP, etc. Header checksum. This is a 16-bit field, ensures the integrity of the header's values, not the rest of the packets. Source IP address. It's a 4-byte internet address which identifies the source of the datagram. Destination IP address. This is a 4-byte field which identifies the final destination. Options. This field provides more functionality to the IP datagram and can carry fields like control routing, timing, management and alignment. Now let's understand the limitations of IP version 4. It provides limited numbers of IP addresses. We have a population of 7.6 billion people and a person can have more than one device connected to the internet. There are several number of government and private organizations relying on internet. IP version 4 address provides 4 billion addresses that are not enough for each device on earth connected to the internet. Although there were new ways invented to conserve bandwidth and IP addresses to restrict the depletion of the addresses. Variable length, subnet mask, classless inter-domain routing, network address translation and port address translation was devised to overcome from the IP shortage issues, in which the public IPs are translated into private IP so that the users having public IP can also connect to the internet. It doesn't provide any authentication mechanism. It broadcasts the packet, which can cause a potential threat. There are some security issues regarding IP version 4, as it provides optional security. It doesn't provide efficient routing mechanisms. IP version 4 routing protocols doesn't work well with large network, as it was designed for small network and designers had no idea about how much it can grow. The IP version 4 wasn't that efficient, which raises the need of its successor IP version 6, which was flexible, efficient, have more capability and optimized functionality. We will be discussing about IP version 6 and the difference between IP version 4 and version 6 in the next 2 videos. So guys, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you would like it, please like, review and share the video, and don't forget to subscribe our channel to get the latest update from our channel.